So we have been talking about what?
Long division.
Long division. Today we're going to do some more practice of the long division, kind of like we have. We are going to start with, we're going to do the problem 6,427 divided by 3. So before we have drawn those pictures, right? Do you remember doing that? And we would draw 3 circles. Now, I'm going to draw them, but I want us to kind of think about it a little bit differently. If you'll notice, I'm drawing my circles a little bit smaller, just because I have other things I want to have on my mind. Okay? So again, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000, 427. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, we talked about using that box method where I use my place value chart to think about my numbers a little bit differently. It's not a 6, it's 6,000s. Four hundreds, 2 tens, and 7 ones. Okay, and I'm dividing it into 3 groups here. So, I want you to think about something. If I give one of any of these thousands, hundreds, tens, or ones, if I give 1 to each of these groups, how many did I use? If I give 1 to each one, how many did I use? Yes, sir?
6.
If I give 1 to each one.
Oh, 3?
I only use 3. If I give 2 to each one, 2, 4, 6, okay? What if I give 3 to each one?
You can't do that.
I would use 9. What if I give 4 to each one? 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, right? Now, this would be if I gave 1 to each group. This would be if I gave 2 to each group, 3 to each group, 4 to each group, 5 to each group, 6 to each group, 7 to each group, 8 to each group, 9 to each group, 10 to each group. Do these numbers look familiar?
Yeah.
What are they? Yes, ma'am. They're multiplied by? What do you mean? Right. 1 times 3 equals 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9. What do we call those?
Multiples.
What?
Multiples.
Multiples. So I can write my multiples down here, and it's actually going to help me. Okay? Because here, if I have 6 thousands, and I say, okay, well, I know that I can't use 9 of them. I don't have 9 to use. So I know how many numbers are above that. There's a 6 and a 3. There's 2 numbers. So guess what? That tells me how many thousands can I put in each circle. So I'm going to write this too here, and just to prove it to you, I'm going to go ahead and do my pictures. just like I would. Here's my 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Did I use all 6 of them?
Yes.
Okay, and look. If I do 2 times 3, meaning I have 2 in each of my 3 groups, how many did I use?
6.
6. So how many extra thousands did I have?
0.
0. Hey, look. I don't have to move any from my thousands to my hundreds. I don't have to go and exchange them. So I'm going to move 0 over to my hundreds place. Okay? So now, I have how many hundreds?
4.
I have 4. 4 thousands or 4 hundreds?
400.
Hundreds, because now I'm talking about my hundreds place. Can I share, do I have 6 to give? No, so I'm going to put my finger over that. And how many numbers are above it?
3.
The number is 3, but how many?
1.
There's only 1. You see how there's only 1 number? There's just that 3 there. Okay? So that's what's going to tell me how many of them can I give that group. And if you look, it's the number that I wrote next to it. So I'm going to give 100 to each of my groups. Can I give another one to each group?
No.
No. So how many did I use?
You used 2, 3.
I used 3, and look, 1 times 3 is 3. So how many did I have left over?
1.
I have 1 left over. So what do I need to do with that 1?
Exchange it.
Exchange it? What am I going to exchange it for?
10 tens.
10 tens. So now how many tens do I have?
12.
12, because I have the 2 that I started with plus the 10 that I just exchanged for. Okay? So now look. So here I have 12 tens. You told me I have 12 tens. So I don't have 15 to share, do I?
No.
So I'm going to put my finger over it and say, I don't have that many. So how many numbers are above it?
4.
There are 4 numbers above it. There's 12, 9, 6, and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So if I give each of my circles 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Is that the same as say if I put 4 in each of my 3 groups? 4 times 3 is 12. Is that how many I used? Yes. So how many do I have left over?
0.
0.
0.
So how many tens do I have to bring over to my ones house?
0.
0. I don't have any that I need to bring over. So now how many ones do I have to share?
7.
I have 7 ones that I need to share.
But
What's the first multiple that is bigger than 7? Yes? 9. So put your finger over that 9. How many numbers are above it?
2.
2. So that's why I'm going to write a 2 above there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm proving it to you with my pictures. If I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 left over. I'm going to call that a remainder. Remember, next week we'll talk about what do you do with remainders. But if I have 2 in each circle, how many did I use? 6. I did 2 in each of the 3 groups, so that would mean I used 6 of them. How many are left over? 1. How do I check this work? What?
Multiplication.
I'm going to multiply. What am I going to multiply? Yes, ma'am. 2,142 times what? Times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is, plus 1 more is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. But wait a second. I have to add in my remainder. Seven, 2, 4, 6. Now, did I get the same number I started with?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go back. What is my answer to 6,427 divided by 3? Yes, ma'am. 42. I do want to say remainder 1 here. Okay. Can I prove that with my circles? Did I have 2 thousands, 100, 4 tens, and 2 ones? And then I have this remainder down here that didn't fit anywhere?
Yes.